So day 5 of training camp, and it was an interesting one because technically you could say the offense won because they were in red zone situations a lot, and the offense came out on top. But the defense did its fair share of pushing as well, and they held strong to some degree. But man, there were some key highlights. A few individual members made some strong impressions. Let's get into those guys and evaluate this team. What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back at you with another analysis video to kid you not. That's my real name. First up here, the highlights. Eagles training camp game ball. Is Kenny Gainwell a sleeper at running back? Maybe, y'all must have forgot kind of type deal, because he's kind of letting everybody know with his performance today who he could be. And the third or fourth year back now is kind of ready to put the Eagles on notice. The Eagles fans, I should say. And also, Quinyon Mitchell has a very good day at cornerback. We'll cover that in a second. But first, Kenneth Gainwell, the cousin of Fletcher Cox. Forget that sometimes. But he looks like him a lot in the face if you look closely. He had a 3-touchdown catch day. For a running back, that's rarefied air. For a receiver, that the hat trick is not easy to accomplish. And yeah, it is training camp, but he's just reminding us how dangerous he can be, and how consistent playoff Gainwell was. When we had him in the 2022 season against the Giants, man, 10 carries for like 100 yards. I mean, he was just blowing the doors off of that game, man. MVP type ish. But anyways, he caught them, scampered into the end zone, had a difficult catch as well, I think. And then he had one where he, was a scramble drill, made room, cutting across the end zone. Jalen saw him, highlight. So here he is working on the judge machine, make sure his hands are in place. And yeah, man, it's an underrated skill. And all three of our backs can do it. Him, Shipley, and Saquon to varying degrees. But, I believe Gainwell might be the least of them, but still don't sleep on his talent because he has been a third down back, for a while. They've been pushing him in that area. So anyways, I can't think of the word I'm wanting to recall. But yeah, man, I know that his touch is going to be limited behind Saquon. But that being said, when he gets the ball, he might be more explosive than last year. He said he's coming in at about 200 pounds this year, where he had played between, I believe, in 205 and 210 range. So your boy is trying to get more dangerous. And let's see if he can gain well. Yeah, gang. Did you notice what I said there? Anyways, defensive ball goes to Quinyon Mitchell. He went one-on-one in the red zone with and one-on-one drills with A.J. Brown. Stopped him, was smothering him in the route, made Jalen not even look that direction, which is, crazy given how, you get all that space in the red zone and it's one-on-ones, nobody else was there. He decided not to throw in that direction because he knew it probably was going to be a pick or, a highly contested ball that had a low percentage of being completed. But he stared down AJ after this, man. The swagger, because he's a soft-spoken professional kid, but he's got that swagger at cornerback. There's the reason why he led, I think, maybe the nation in PBUs with like 45 over the last maybe 3 years, something like that. But it's a crazy number. I think he had like between 15 and 20 this last year. So, I mean, which is crazy, crazy amount, crazy number. Should have had 8 picks, but he dropped that number of picks at Toledo. So a strong cornerback though, good build, 6'1", 295, $195, ran a 4.23, so he can keep up with pretty much anybody in the league. And he's been getting some snaps inside as well at slot. And then he's self-admitted in an interview he didn't do a lot of that at Toledo, but he's learning here. He might be our nickel back. We don't know how the cornerback situation is going to shake out with the number 2 guy, because Darius Slay is penciled in pretty much, but it's going to be Keely Ringo, is going to be the first round pick in Quinyon Mitchell, or is it going to be the aforementioned fallen star in Isaiah Rodgers, who's brought back to glory and looked like he hasn't missed a beat. Took a year off and you're like, what? Are you kidding me? But it's interesting, man. He plays with that swagger. Him and AJ teaching, each other things, and AJ even respects that. He didn't glare back at the kid. He just he's showed him off in the next round. But it ended up being that AJ only got a 1 foot inbounds on a one-handed catch. But your boy, hey, I love Quinyon, what he brings to the table, and when he starts, because it's not if, because if sorry, I'm too excited. It's slow down, motherfucker. Pronounce your words. We know that if it's not this year, if it's the next, man, he's gonna be great. I think he's gonna be the next great Eagles corner. So write it down. Him and it could be Cooper, or him and Ringo, and just that trio, DeJean, Quinyon, and Keeley. You love it for the future, because we are ushering in a new age. Anyways, let's get into the Jalen Hurts watch. Eagles find groove in the red zone at training camp, and counted, we had 6 touchdowns thrown by Jalen. And yes, it was a highlighted, red zone portion. And we started, at our opposing and as well as at the opponent's 20. I think 3 times, I want to say. But he didn't have the most stellar day, and there were really no true highlight plays. But him just getting the ball in the end zone, as well as having, again, 0 picks thrown so far in training camp practices. And yes, he had a turnover worthy when Keeley thrown right to him. He covered well AJ Brown, and he dropped the ball. But that's gonna happen, and Lady Luck's gonna look fortuitously on you sometimes, and that's just the case. But taking advantage of those opportunities in the red zone. So 3 to Gainwell, so that's half his TDs right there. And he found John Ross on a crossing route twice, and I think he found Smitty. Might have found a tight end or two. I think he found either Dallas Goedert or Calcaterra, and then he found AJ. So I mean, just wonderful beauty work. So I mean, you ding him for that. Some people had it as a sideways day or so-so day. Like I said, take advantage of the opportunities you're presented with. You can't. That's what they call for, that period, that kind of period. Those kind of periods, the red zone practice, and they're going to highlight, each and every day a different situation, especially situations at the end of practice they want to simulate. But the pads were on today, and it was good to see that Jalen, also he was dangerous running the ball, is in, a pretty good gear. Not in top gear, but he's in, if he's a bicycle with 6 gears, he's maybe between 4 and 5. So you like to see that. Anyways, let's jump into the main article and see what's up. Eagles 2024 training camp practice notes, day 5. Rookie cornerback, as we just before mentioned, Quinyon Mitchell, has some swagger. So he went against AJ Brown 1-on-1, and he came out, pretty, sitting pretty nice, forcing him out of bounds. And he had, not just that, he forced Joseph Nagata to make a tough catch. And he made it, but it was very tight coverage, and I think someone as well. So Quinyon, on his A game. All right, did not practice. Oren Burks, is kind of concerning, that knee injury. I said it in yesterday's video. He hasn't been able to practice since the first day, and we don't know what's going on. Tyler Steen set to be out for a couple of days, miss a couple practices. I would say about next week he might be back. Didn't sound like he tweaked anything serious, but I wouldn't be opposed to him going the more hesitant route, because I mean, it's kind of good, because I want Steen to start. I think he has the better ability over Mekhi Becton, but things didn't go swimmingly for him today, because he kind of got ate alive. We'll get into that later. But Trevor Keegan, limited with his shoulder. I think he did get some practice in, but it sounded better than when his arm was, according to I think Jimmy Kempinski, hanging off last time. But anyways, Mekhi Becton got the right guard snaps in his stead. Steens, Fred Johnson got some first team work when Lane Johnson came out for a bit. Max Sharping and Trevor Keegan got some first team snaps at left guard with Landon Dixon when he came out. And yeah, man, it was good to get these guys, get the pads on and see what these guys are about. So other good reps. Devontae Smith got open on the fade route and cooked Avonte Maddox for a TD. It's not really fair, because he's better at this stage of his career than Devontae. But Smith also shook Darius Slay on a slant. Just easy money. The Slim Reaper, he runs great routes. Slay had better coverage on a slant by Brown and broke up the pass. This is what I want to hear. These are the small tidbits that really get you excited, get the juices flowing. 6'6" rookie Johnny Wilson won a jump ball over 6'2" Keeley Ringo. And you said, hey, obviously he should make that, But him playing big and using that size to his advantage. He runs a 4.52, 4.53 at 6'6", 230. You can easily put on some weight and be 240 and running that. I mean, just big people beat up on little people a lot in football, and this is a time where you want to see that. We'll see another example of that below with the line play. Joseph Ngata made a nice contested catch. We talked about that. But Quinion made him work for it, which is excellent. So Lane Johnson easily handled Bryce Huff. I mean, Lane handles most people in the league, you know, which is not fair, but I mean, he also handled Hassan Reddick when he was here. And Hassan still had 11.5 sacks last year, so, you know, that tells you how great he is. All right, Jalen Carter tossed 370-pound or 367-pound, whichever you choose to believe, Mekhi Becton like a rag doll, which just shows you how freaking insanely strong Jalen Carter is, man. He's a beast. I'm looking forward to him in the second year. Pro Bowl, I'm thinking at the very least Pro Bowl. He could be on the cusp of having an all-pro season in his second year, which is scary. Go check out Philly Film Room on, you know, his usage on a video that kind of highlights what we're talking about right now, Jalen Carter, and how he's going to be using the Vic Fangio defense, free up other people, but be free to be a monster. Jordan Davis put Cam Jurgens on roller skates. And to be fair, Bo Allen did the same thing to Jason Kelce, but, you know, he win those battles. That saying, he gave up ground, but he did not lose the rep. So, you know, and he won in a rematch. You know, just shows you that, you know, Cam Jurgens has a long way to go. I love it was accurately depicted in this being said that he can be Kelce or like he be Kelce like. I shouldn't say Kelce adjacent. I shouldn't even bring Kelce's name up. He can be a tremendous player on his own merit. He's just missing the thousands of reps that, you know, Kelce took in, because Kelce 20s and Kelce 30s are two different beasts. He's nice in his 20s. He's Hall of Fame level in his 30s. One of the best centers we've ever seen. No glazing because I'm an Eagles fan. No. All right, back up Fred Johnson. Tossed Nolan Smith to the ground and 1 rep. I mean, Johnson had a frisky day. He getting physical because he got done yesterday twice by Nolan, so he kind of pissed off. And then he threw Zach Bond to the ground, and then, you know, well after the play, and Zach pushed him in the back, and, you know, it might have been our first training camp fight, but guys got in between and prevented that. So, you know, we kind of got in front of that. All right, Gabe Hall looked good in one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl. Didn't do so. He got bested by Trevor Keegan and Brett Toth. So, welcome to the NFL rookie. But Aneem Dangwa, you know, the undrafted free agent rookie tackle, got dusted by Nolan Smith. Got beaten inside by Jalen Hunt. P.J. Musford, the backup, slow guy, you know, tossed him to the ground. Rough day, but hey, again, rookie. Welcome to the NFL, man. Not going to take it easy on you out here. Darian Kennard got beaten by Patrick Johnson and Terrell Lewis, so, you know, take his snaps yesterday with the first team with a grain of salt. Jalen Hurts had a snafu with Saquon Barkley on him running a Texas route, an angle route. So he, you know, cuts out and then cuts in to the middle of the field. That's where Jalen thought he was going through an incompletion. Talked to him afterwards, you know, let's get that thing straightened out, because last year, you know, it happened with a pick. Devin White, our now teammate Devin White, picked off Jalen Hurts because the option route, he thought that, you know, I think, you know, Jalen threw the wrong direction, he threw the right. And I think DeAndre Swift chose the correct way to go to the left, because Devin White was flowing to the right, which is where the pick went. I'm like, Jalen, what you seeing there, buddy? But he looked good as a runner again, running through some big holes that Becton and Jurgens opened up. So day 5, they give him a thumbs up. On the other article, they give him a sideways. I stick with the thumbs up because, like I said, the situational football today, he didn't decide to, you know, score 6 touchdowns. And, you know, he didn't decide to score 6 touchdowns off of, you know, just based off of red zone work. That's what it was called. He can only do what, you know, what's on the schedule. All right, anyways, Cam Jurgens had a stellar rep in 11-11s. He blocked in a screen Jordan Davis, and then went up to the second level of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So prime Kelce-like, but, you know, let the man be his own man, you know. Isaiah Rodgers had a nice PBU where he just blanketed the hell out of AJ right on the slant. Because those slants to AJ are like, you know, pretty much automatic. The in practice today, he had one. And you just, you know, it's just hard to stop, man. Because he's just such a big body, and he runs good routes, and he's physical, and he just wants it, you know. But showing that excellent recovery speed that we've seen, I'm in favor of. If you ask me, I want Rodgers to start, you know. But that's just me. Albert O had a chance to turn up field and score, dropped it in the flat. Like, Albert Ogwugbunam. Come on, man. Has so much potential. But Kellen Moore did say that Grant Calcaterra right now is the number 2, but if he could block, if he can only block, man, he'd be Dallas Goedert like. But he caught over Nico Bedina. Good enough to beat him, though. TDP, Tyrion Davis-Price, can't catch. 4 drops at least. Got name, but Jake Elliott going 6 for 6, 33, 38, 41, 28, 43, and 38 yards out. He's perfect, 12 for 12. What else do you want? These are the guys getting kick return reps. And I love what Britton Covey had to say in his interview. He said that depending on the strategy, what other opposing teams do, whether they go with like corners and safeties, a lighter package to get, go with speed, or they go with, edges, linebackers, heavier guys, linemen, D linemen. And depending on the package, you might have to put a thick player back there, pause, like a, Will Shipley, thicker player, or you might put Isaiah Rodgers there, a speed guy to run up the gut, or Britton Covey, who's, kind of like crash test Covey. I'm saying it like that. But, different strategies we're going to employ, and we're going to test things out, but there'll be a lot to see. I'm excited to see, he said the schemes might be vanilla until teams really feel confident in going with one strategy or the other, and it's going to be like a zone running play. Will Shipley spoke on that. So, anyways, let's get into the extra tidbits of training camp notes that we picked up on. So yeah, they had a thumb sideways. I'm like, nah. So a lot of guys leaving practice. Josh Jobe left early, and Keno Minton walked into the team facility with trainers that didn't return. So hopefully these are just bumps and bruises, nicks that we can easily heal up. In other news, Mario Goodrich was cut for lineman Nick Gates, and I'm like, Mario just keeps getting the short end of the stick. It's like an abusive relationship. He keeps coming back, though. Damn, Carter destroyed Mekhi Becton on 2 reps. Like, damn, he's a club move to swap Becton out of the way, and then he just put him on his ass that we talked about earlier. It's just, hey, man, I'm looking forward to big things, like I said. Look how big he is. Like, I didn't know Fred Johnson was this tall, though. But look at him little ass legs, or the cat, lower legs. But the thighs are, are thick, but what's going on in these, boy? Yeah. Quinyon Mitchell doing his thing. The linebackers, again, Devin White and Zach Bond getting the first team reps. Dean was in coverage when he let Traylon Paris come for a touchdown. Doesn't really paint him in the best light, but he's a good run defender / blitzer. And Isaiah Rodgers took the first team reps, but that's 2 for him, and then 3 for Keely Ringo in the 11-11s. But we'll see. Keely is technically winning that, but I like Rodgers. Let's see. Kellen Moore using a lot of I'll get an increased usage of the play action rule. I like that. Puts Hurts on the run. He's an athletic guy, can make the throw even across his body. Hurts had multiple reps where he took place, and let's see. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Anyways, let's see some other things. Tanner McKee getting some QB2 reps. I want to see this battle between him and Kenny Pickett. See who's the better guy. I think we're going to win some preseason games because McKee or Pickett are going to be closing out those games and we have the strength versus other rosters. Let's see. Becton and Cam Director pushed the D-lineman, might have been Marlin, into the end zone. So combination blocks, yeah. This is the thing I like. The thing for me, Mekhi Becton is a great, he'd be great in the run game if he's that guard, but pass pro, you kind of worry about him because Jalen Carter destroyed him. And that's a lighter man. He's like 314 and he's 360. So he's giving up 50 pounds and he's still tossing you aside like monstrously. All right, CJ Gardner stiffing out a screen pass to Saquon Barkley. Hey man, he's just on his A game, man. He's a fast floor, and then Devin White's a fast floor, and then Bryce Huff is a hustler. So at every level, we're gonna have impact speed guys, players. So and then other guys aren't too shabby as well. Josh Sweat ran a 4.53. What's his name? Reed Blankenship ran a 4.55. Quinell Mitchell 4.33 if he's out there. Avonte Maddox 4.39. So, I mean, we got speed everywhere. All right, Johnny Wilson getting some reps. Beat Keely Ringo. We talked about that earlier. Mario Jones got shut down by Fred Johnson. Nice to hear that because he's not just ass out there. Brandon Graham got handled on a stunt by Trevor Keegan. Cam Jurgens drove back. He beat him on another rep. But, there's some, wins and losses here. And so the chirping between Nolan Smith and Fred Johnson going at it because, like I said yesterday, he beat his ass. But Williams deflected the pass at the line. He's been active. And the guys in the line, I think, and also Jalen Carter might have gotten a swat in there. But, we'll get into a little bit more stuff. Will Shipley look good on the Texas angle route. And, you got a touchdown on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I mean, that's rookie on rookie violence. CJ Uzomah dropped the pass. He's not looking too good, man, to be honest with you. Matt Hennessy gave up pressure and they forced Kenny Pickett to lead the pocket. And he got swallowed up on another play by the offensive lineman. So defensive lineman out there is getting active. You got Reed's pass, batted down the pass by McKee, intended for Aeneas Smith. He's hit Smith in stride, though. He made a handstand catch for a touchdown in 1-1. So nice to hear that. Rick get some shine. Sean Stevens breaking up a pass from McGee to Griffin Herbert. And Kai Garner got a PBU. He also had an interception, but, it's out of bounds. But, some stars at, training camp. We had guys like from the Liverpool club, New York Yankees manager Aaron Boone, Fletcher Cox, looking slim now. I like to see that. Anyways, we'll get up out of here on that note because, way too long. You ain't getting nowhere near in this video. But, hey, it's all good because I love making these videos and I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles. So, officially, we'll chunk deuces. But, as always, it's Fly Eagles Fly and let's motherfucking go.
Like, comment, share, subscribe if you
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.